Hi everybody, welcome to another episode of Best of British Blackwell. I hope you're all keeping well, I hope you're all keeping safe. Today we're going to be cooking a viewer request. One of my subscribers, John, who's based over in Thailand, has asked a few times to see me cook some tandoori lamb chops. And I'm going to do this extra special way on my Nipoori tandoori oven outside. First of all, we need to marinate these lamb chops, make sure they're covered in a beautiful tandoori marinade, and I'm going to show you how to make that now. So come over and take a look at the ingredients. Let's make a start. So our key ingredient today are these beautiful lamb chops. You could use rack of lamb cut into lamb rack chops, but actually for tandoori what you want is a little bit of fat content around the outside, and there's not quite enough fat on the lamb rack chops, so I'm using these beautiful chops here. We'll set those to one side for a moment and let's go through the other ingredients. You're going to need some Greek style yogurt. You're going to need some oil. You can use ghee as well if you want to, but I find that ghee catches in the tandoor and makes it too hot and too full of flames. So I'm going to be using some avocado oil, which burns at a much higher temperature. We're going to use some easy garlic. I've got some Nipoori tandoor mix. I've got some tandoori masala. I've got some medium curry powder. I've got some onion powder, and I've got a couple of lemons. We're going to use the juice off of those. So let's get started with making this mix. First into the bowl is going to be some of our Nipoori tandoori mix. So this is made by the people that actually make my outdoor tandoor, and it comes with the tandoor when you buy it. I'll put the details as to where you can buy one of these tandoors if you're interested in the description box below. So just have a look at that if you want to know a little bit more. Now we go in with some tandoori masala. This is really beautiful stuff. 2 tablespoons of that. Now we go in with 1 medium curry mix. Just a medium curry powder really. Beautiful. And now we get our teaspoon. And we're going to go in with 1 teaspoon of onion powder. The onion powder, when it's mixed into this, adds a beautiful bit of sweetness. Lovely. Now we go back in with a teaspoon of easy garlic, straight in there. You can use minced garlic, you can use minced garlic and ginger. You know, really, once you've got your tandoori flavours in there, you can add other flavour profiles if you like it. Some people put some sugar in there. I don't tend to bother. Now we're going to go with a nice drizzle of avocado oil. As I said, this burns at a very high temperature, so it's good to go in the tandoor, which is going to get up to in excess of 400-500 degrees. It gets very hot in there. Let's get the juice of our lemons. 2 lemons is plenty. So the reason that we're using lemon juice in here, you can use lime juice as well, anything acidic really. The lemon juice is going to actually start to break down some of the meat whilst it's marinating. So it's going to start almost cooking the meat. Just breaking the sinews and the texture down and getting some of that beautiful marinade inside the meat. Just make sure we haven't got any seeds in there. You don't want to be biting into those. Let me give my hands a rinse. And now our final ingredient is going to be our yogurt. Very important that you use the Greek style yogurt for the same kind of reason that you want to be using lemon and lime in here as well. It's got an acidic quality, and it's going to help you not only coat the meat, but it's also going to really break some of that meat sinew down as well. So let's get in here and give this a stir, and let's see what we end up with. Okay, so we have our marinade ready, and all we're going to do now is place these chops into the marinade. And the only thing you really need to ensure here is that every single part of the meat is covered in the marinade. So you want this marinade to do its job, which is to add flavour to add a decent coating to the meat, but also for the acids in this marinade to start breaking down this beautiful sweet lamb. There we go. And then the next thing I'll show you is how we're going to skewer this up, ready to stick it in our tandoor. Okay, so we're at the stage in the cook now where we want to get these lamb chops onto the skewer. This is the messy part. There's no easy way of doing this. And because of the shape of the chops and the fact that they've got a T-bone in them, it actually makes it quite difficult to get them on the skewer, but I'm going to show you the way that I do it. So I start off with some pepper. It's not everybody's favourite. It's quite common to have some pepper and some onions with some tandoor chicken or tandoor lamb. One of the reasons that it goes on there is it deflects a lot of the heat away from the meat as well. A meat like lamb is going to cook very, very quickly, and the fact that you're using a metal skewer means that it's going to heat the skewer up and actually cook from inside to out as well as outside to in. So what these are a little bit of a heat deflection. So it's always good to have them on there even if you don't fancy eating them. Now what you want to do is get your hands in here. Now I've got the thickest part of the chop between my thumb and finger there on the left hand side. What I want to do is I want to get the skewer almost in at a right angle across the chop here. That way I can go through the thickest part of the meat, out the bottom end of the bone, and then through the bottom end of the fat here. So that's what I'm going to try and do now. Again, find the thickest end of the chop. The T-bone is here. What we're going to do is go through at a right angle and out. There's a little bone through the middle here on this one. Last one's always trickier. And there we go, just squeeze your way through, and now the skewer's coming through. You've got a little bit of sinew there, but skewer will see right through that. And then the final step here is to get yourself a potato and just put it over the end. And that stops all of the meat concertinaing up at the bottom and falling off of the skewer at the bottom. Okay, so we're losing a little bit of light here because, as anyone with 2 young children will tell you, every now and then they stay up a little bit later than they should, and this is the first opportunity I've had to get this tandoor lit. And anyone that's seen my tandoori chicken video, which I will post up there in the video here, will see it's very, very simple lighting this thing. This is a Nipoori tandoori oven, outdoor cast iron tandoori oven, and just to start it off, all I'm going to do is get my chimney up and running. And the chimney setup is very simple. I've got a firelighter here underneath. The first row of fuel I have underneath is a briquette. Just one row of briquettes, and then the rest is a very simple charcoal setup. So we'll let that take, and then I'll show you the next step. Okay, so I've got the light on now, and as you can see, charcoal's very nearly ready to cook. I'm going to pour it into the base of the tandoor, put the lid on, and then we'll get ready to cook. Here we go. Getting really dark now because, like I said, been very much delayed tonight by naughty children not going to bed on time. But as you can see, just completely coated these up with all the sauce. This is rampantly hot in here now, so we'll just take this. Got one in this side, one in this side. This is going to be no more than 10 or 15 minutes in here. Really not long at all. So let me try and give you a little bit of a close-up as to what's going on in here. It's very hot in there, so I don't want to get too close. But hopefully you can see that. Look at that. The inside of that tandoor is getting up for around about 400 degrees centigrade. Very, very hot. Okay, so we're about 10 minutes in. What I want to do is take out one of these skewers, get it a little bit closer to the camera, and just show you what we're looking at here. As you can see, the bottom piece of lamb is going to be a little bit more charred than the top. We're not quite finished yet, but juicy as anything, as you can see. I'd say another 5 minutes and we'll be done. So look, out they've come. We really don't need to do anything too special with these. Let me give you a little close up. We've got a lovely bit of charring going on in there. This is lamb, so it needs to be beautifully rested. We don't want to mess around with it too much. Give it 5 minutes just like this. That meat is going to be beautiful. Here we go, everybody. So here we have it. This is tandoori lamb chops, served with some beautiful little simple salad here. A beautiful naan bread. I'm going to make this into a lovely wrap. I've got some mint yogurt here, which I'm just going to finish these chops off with. We all know that the best thing to serve with lamb is mint. And I'll throw that over the top. Like I said, for all the recipe ideas on how to cook that kind of stuff, the tandoori chicken and that mint dip there, I'll post the video up in the top here. But this is from my friend over in Thailand, long time YouTube subscriber, John. Thank you for the suggestion, mate. What we'll do is just get one of these chops, take it to the side, give it a quick cut. It's been resting beautifully for a little while here. Check that out. Hopefully you can see that. Wow. The meat is so beautifully moist. Lovely and pink. It gets pinker as you get it more to the center. Let me cut another little bit off here. Let me show you another little piece. Let me just show you a piece of this meat. So good. John, thank you so much for the suggestion. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Welcome to the new subscribers. If you like this video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Plenty more to come. Stay safe, everybody. Stay well. See you again soon.